Today we are checking out the ARYLIC A50 Plus. This is a 50-watt digital amp that's small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Sounds impressive, right? The question is it any good? Hi, my name is Frank. Welcome back to channel 33 RPM, your channel for vinyl gear and more. Full disclosure, the products featured in today's video were provided to me free of charge for review purposes, but as always, my opinions are my own. Stick around to the second half of this video where I will weigh the pros and cons of this amplifier. But first, let's head out to the garage and unbox the ARYLIC A50 Plus.
Channel 33 RPM.
The A50 Plus digital amplifier retails for around $200 US. It's capable of pumping out a reported 50 watts per channel at 4 ohms or 30 watts at 8 ohms. Here is the user manual, and right below that is the amplifier itself. As I said, it's fairly small. It can fit in the palm of your hand, but it does look pretty cool. On the back, we have a variety of connectors, including some RCA ins. We have a USB in for listening to music on a USB stick. We also have the Phoenix speaker terminal for connecting passive speakers. Oh yeah, there's also a subwoofer out for those who wish to use an active subwoofer. Here are the two antennas. One is for Bluetooth, the other one is for internet, and there is the little connector for the speakers. So we'll put this thing together. It is fairly simple to do. We attach the two antennas, then we plug in the power source. Here is the remote. It's got a variety of functions on it, including volume and tone. ARYLIC also sent a pair of wall mount cube speakers to review. More specifically, these are the RK30 passive speakers, which sell for about $100 a pair and are sold separately from the digital amp. The speakers are packaged well and appear to be pretty solid. They also come with the appropriate mounting hardware. I look forward to trying these out. So let's connect some speaker wire to the amplifier, again using that Phoenix connector. It's not ideal, but I can see why they use it. It's just not a lot of real estate on the back of the amplifier. Then use this other attachment to connect right to those satellite speakers. Here I am using the 4Stream app to connect the new amplifier to my home Wi-Fi. You can see it finds it pretty quickly, and once it does, it pops up right here on the app. You also see another device. This is my ARYLIC S50 Pro Plus preamp and music streamer. I've been using that one in the garage for the past couple of months, and I am digging it. Using the app, you can control the two ARYLIC devices independently, or you can have them work in tandem playing the same audio. So that was pretty cool. The setup was pretty seamless. The app recognized the new amp quite easily, and the cool part, as you saw there, is I was very easily able to control with the one app both devices, right? Like the new amp and then the preamp I had previously had, which was right here in the garage. So having that multiple whole home philosophy thing, I think, is really neat. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to go inside, and this is going to be the real test. I'm going to test that amplifier with different speakers, with some bookshelves and with some tower speakers. I'm going to live with it for a bit and really put it through its paces. So I'm going to pause here. It's going to be like a 1 second wait for you, but in reality, I'm going to come back. It's going to be like a week or two later and I'll have my full report. So check this out. Welcome back to the basement. It's now been about a month since I recorded that unboxing and the opening of the gear. I ended up having an issue with the amp that you saw. I set it up and hooked it up, and I noticed that it was producing audible distortion, particularly on the bottom end. I contacted ARYLIC, they apologized, and they sent me a replacement amplifier, and that one seems to be working just fine. So for review purposes, I paired the amp, of course, with the speakers they sent over, but I also tried it out with my Fluence XL8F tower speakers, as well as a pair of JBL bookshelf speakers. Now, here are my thoughts starting with the pros. I wasn't sure what to expect when I hooked this micro amp up to my tower speakers, but it drove the XL8s just fine. That said, the A50 Plus seemed to be more at home when paired with the bookshelf speakers, but that's not unexpected. The clarity and separation from this amp is more than adequate, though the sound is not particularly warm. While the A50 Plus did not pack the same punch, drive, or tonality as my Marantz PM6004 integrated amp, I don't think anyone expected it to. Again, you have to remember this is a $200 50-watt digital amp, which is really going after that casual streaming market. In my view, the A50 Plus is right at home in a modest-sized den, bedroom, kitchen, or part of a secondary stereo system. I also really like how easily it integrates with other ARYLIC products, making it fairly easy to create a whole home audio system on a budget. In terms of cons, it would have been nice to have a digital display on the front of the amp telling you what you're listening to. For that, you have to rely on the app. When playing music loud, I could also hear a faint hissing sound. That is not a make it or break it issue, but it is something I noticed. I am also not a big fan of the Phoenix style speaker connectors. It's a bit of a hassle and you are limited to the gauge of speaker wire that you can use. That said, I can understand why ARYLIC chose this option. The A50 Plus is a small little box and there really isn't room there for traditional speaker connectors. It would also be nice if the A50 Plus could output high resolution music, but its digital output is fixed at 1644, which is CD quality. That said, it's still better than a standard Bluetooth device. I want to touch base quickly on those speakers as well. The RK30s are decent for what they are, small satellite speakers with 2.5-inch drivers. They are not going to fill a room with sound, but they are built solidly, and when positioned properly and played at a reasonable volume, they do offer reasonable separation and clarity. The RK30s are weather resistant, so in the spring I'm going to try them out on the back deck and see how they work outside. Okay, the bottom line. The A50 Plus is a surprisingly powerful budget amplifier for casual listening in a fully loaded package that fits in the palm of my hand. The fact that this little box can power tower speakers is quite impressive. This digital amp is a great option for those who want to get into multi-room audio or venture into the world of dedicated streamers but aren't ready to drop a ton of cash. While the sound may not blow your mind, it's certainly not disappointing either. That said, I was a bit concerned about the distortion issue I initially had, but hopefully that is a one-off. Overall, and dollar for dollar, the A50 Plus offers very good value in a tiny little package. If you dug this episode, you can check out some of my other gear reviews right here. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Until next time, keep on spinning and streaming and listening to music.